when we are talking about people like Uhuru Kenyatta, because the rain didn't start beating us over here, the economy was booming. I did a tweet the other day. I was saying that I used to go to a local in 2011 where we were 30 of us and we used to be friends, and then people just started falling one by one. Your company has shut down, you've been retrenched, you've been what, everything. And by 2019, nobody had a single job. Why? Because of this bastard, this clusterfuck called Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is a demonic son of a who you should not even be mentioning in any of your tweets. Why influencers we have in Kenya are so full of shit, man. Why would you even compose? How do you get the strength to concoct a tweet that Uhuru was okay? Do you know Uhuru has taken back Kenya back 30 years? Uhuru Kenyatta himself, together with his family. Me nikisikia the name Uhuru Kenyatta, I just start shaking. I'm shivering. I'm on the edge because I'm thinking we've cut this guy so much slack. This fucker must be in jail. Uhuru Kenyatta, he's fucked in the head, mother. Mama Ngina, the land grabber and poacher, they must be in jail. His brother Moho Kenyatta, J. Moturi, Jomo Gachagua, those guys should be in jail for crimes against humanity. If we are not going to burn their houses, the only other compromise is they should be in jail. Because these are guys who have looted, they have destroyed our futures, our collective destinies. I saw a lady talking about prophetic destiny of the country, the people who borrowed debt. You are hearing they have sub-consolidated funds domiciled in different countries. And we are here. I see some influencers there with no shame saying that Uhuru was better than Ruto. These guys are fucked in the head, all of them. And why would you be comparing Uhuru to Ruto? Uhuru right now, because of the amount of debt he has left this country, because of the amount of sabotage, deliberate sabotage. The other day I was talking about Alco Blue. It sounds small, but it's a significant thing. You're looking at, they erected Alco Blue on all the entry points in Nairobi because they were trying to manipulate. They wanted CBD to fall, and they were doing it out of malice because they knew this person had property here, this person had property. So if we block access to CBD, then nobody will be going, and all these properties will collapse, and we can buy them at a throwaway price. So guy called Uhuru Kenyatta, we are cutting him so much slack. This guy should be in jail. He's a murderer. He's been charged, and I keep on telling you, Uhuru and Ruto were in the ICC. They were charged with the highest crime in the land, in Earth, in planet Earth. These are people who have no souls. These are dark bastards. And anytime, like now, trying to distract our attention, and all these King Muhindis, they are getting to do their funny deals. Adil Kawaja, chairman of Safaricom. Chairman of Safaricom. Why aren't you boycotting Safaricom right now? Do you still have a Safaricom SIM card? You should have boycotted it by now. If Adil Kawaja is going to remain as a chairman, that's the guy who Nelson Amenya has been working so hard to expose, together with Jayesh. These guys are the ones who want to capture our public health care. They want to turn it into their own cash cow. These King Muhindis, are we here? Are we going to tolerate this bullshit? Is this a Moi era where we had Kamlesh Patni paraded over there pretending to be catwalking on the media? No, man. We have to show these guys that Kenya is our country. Kenya is Marwa. We cannot allow them. Adil Kawaja he's a fucking lawyer. How is he so embedded in our health sector? What business? Because Adil Kawaja is also a director at Nairobi West Hospital. What business do they have? What interest do they have? Because they want to kill us. This is genocide. This is premeditated. You understand? So when we are talking about people like Uhuru Kenyatta, because the rain didn't start beating us over here, the economy was booming. I did a tweet the other day. I was saying that I used to go to a local in 2011 where we were 30 of us and we used to be friends, and then people just started falling one by one. Your company has shut down. You've been retrenched. You've been what? Everything. And by 2019, nobody had a single job. Why? Because of this bastard, this clusterfuck called Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta is a demonic son of a who you should not even be mentioning in any of your tweets. Why influencers we have in Kenya are so full of shit, man. Why would you even compose? How do you get the strength to concoct a tweet that Uhuru was okay? Do you know Uhuru has taken back Kenya back 30 years? Uhuru Kenyatta himself, together with his family. We should not the one that was instigated by Rigathi, where he was going to steal livestock in Sukari Ranch. No, this should be now intentional. It should be deliberate. We are saying we are going to reclaim the money that Uhuru has stolen, because if we are talking about 10 trillion shillings, we are talking about $100 million. Yeah? Or $100 billion, that's what we are talking about. This guy, and he's still living amongst us. He's still breathing. He's still breathing the same air we are breathing. No. So we are talking about shift. We are talking about the Ministry of Health. So I've just listened to Wanjiro's presentation talking about her father. Her father is saying the father was getting 9,500 treatment every other time they go for dialysis. Now suddenly they are being told to pay upfront 11,500. You are listening to that idiot called Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria is the biggest asshole north of Limpopo, south of the Sahara. I've never seen such a fucked up guy in my life. He comes there, he's telling you about health. Which health degree does he possess? Has he ever worked in a hospital? Is he an investor in hospital? No. And you're listening to him telling you about health, and the media is platforming. That's why we don't listen to these very media, because they are full of shit. How do you give somebody who's not even a medical professional, health professional? We have professionals, there's no shortage. We already have these guys who are talking on this platform over here. They are telling us the weaknesses, the flaws with this SHIF, and we are here entertaining Moses Kuria, telling us how an overhauled system which was working, now they are going to replace it with another one that isn't working, and you're there giving him airtime. You should be in the streets. You shouldn't be listening to Moses Kuria. I get pissed off. I don't understand how you lack the mental tools to just analyze, to just look at this bastard, to just say this is bullshit, to just go in the streets and stay there. You're not going to the streets to be told to leave in the evening by Boniface Mwangi after he's been paid by the Ministry of Interior. No, you're going there to stay there until one thing happens, until the MPs leave, until they vacate, until they're not just vacating, not just running away in the tunnels. They should be made to stand there and forced to apologize to Kenyans for wasting our time, for serving vested interests. The next time that we are doing the maandamano, it has to be intentional. There has to be an objective. You're not going there to take selfies. You are there going to take selfies. You're there for vibes and inshallah. What are you doing, vibes and inshallah? You know very well that Safaricom is the one which pinged the locations of everyone who was in parliament. And all of them were picked up by the police, by the DCI one by one. You know very well that happened. So why are you still having a Safaricom SIM card by now? Why are you still using that network? Amerix right now was telling me he was trying to use Safaricom, and it was, for some weird reason, the people who are trying to log in through Safaricom, they cannot get into this space. Why are you using a network that is deliberately structured to censor you, to censor your voice? You should have left a long time ago. This is basic and common knowledge. Why are you disregarding it? Because these are the guys who gave the locations to everyone who was picked up by the police. So it's not business as usual. I'm saying this beyond our collective interest, beyond our collective objectives. There has to be some element of personal responsibility. How do you still have a Safaricom SIM card till now? You guys take a lot of things for granted. You guys take a lot of things as a joke. You don't understand that Adil Kawaja is the chairman of Safaricom. He is bound because of the funny deals that he's doing with Ruto to continue giving location to the activists, locations of the activists, of the lawyers. They know where you are at any one time. They can come and pick you up any one time. So your first step into the age and into the realm of enlightenment is drop your Safaricom SIM card. It's as simple as that. Drop your Safaricom Wi-Fi's. Drop them immediately. And if we move collectively, we just need 10,000 of us to drop them, and then we have strength, and then we go growing. Because this whole Gachagua nonsense is a charade. Is a nonsense. They are distracting us from the can we say industrial scale looting that they are embarking on, because these guys, I told you, they are not creative in their thuggery. Them, they just want to sit down and say, Tui Beapa, and so they get clusterfucks and idiots, and like Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria comes there and tells you about health. Why would you be listening about health issues to Moses Kuria, to obese buffoon called David D? Why would you be listening to them telling you about health? You should only be listening to issues relating to health from health experts, and they've already raised the red flag. They've already told you that this shift is a scam. This shift is a what? What is left to do? The courts have already pronounced themselves. These guys are going against the court orders. So what's next to do? You should be going to the streets like your life dependent on it. Like this is a matter of life and death. You should be there on Tuesday, not to go and support Gachagua. Is also another useless old bastard who has not done anything and now claiming that he wants our sympathy. But you should be there because of Chief, because you have listened to that story. It is very powerful that now we are going to have no less than 60,000 people who are dependent on dialysis. They are not going to get that service because the Ministry of Health, because Moses Kuria, because this fucking wind is called Adil Kawaja and Jayesh, they want to steal money and take it to offshore accounts in Dubai. No, we cannot allow them. We have to tell them that this is not the more era. We have to make it clear to them that they are dealing with a new generation. This is not the generation of our parents who used to understand and they are told everything and then they agree. No. That's what happened in the 90s. And I told you when they had the when they started mortgaging our parastatals, it was smooth, it was easy. They started glamorizing it. They started calling it the golden handshake. They used to call them the SAPs, the structural adjustment programs by World Bank. They used to glamorize them, and then you're told, take the handshake. We are selling these parastatals. The parastatals that were being sold, which were profitable, which were stable. Kenya Airways was stable. It was sold under the guise of privatization, just like they are trying to do with our public health sector. It was sold in 2004 to KLM, which was a privatization where people were hiding behind there so that they can steal the company. But has Kenya Airways become better because of privatization? No. In fact, ever since it was privatized in 1994, ever since it was privatized, it has costed the taxpayers no less than 100 billion. And yet they were floating the privatization as a quick fix panacea, which is what these fucking Muindis are doing with SHIF. They are telling you that now you concede what has been serving you for the last 30 years, and then they are telling you, no, now we have a new system. And then they bring digitization and technology. No, we have to move from there. That's how you guys were roped in Huduma number. I need to understand how you guys, once you hear a government press release, once you see it in media, you fall in line. You're told, you're just there, just because you are listening to I don't know what. You're told Matiang'i used to come there and then he bangs the table, and then you say Matiang'i is a performer just because he bangs the table. You guys have to reevaluate the values that you take seriously. A significant, or can we say a government or a civil servant who is working hard. He's not working hard because he's appearing on TV banging tables.